I'm glad that we are here, and as you know, today we will talk about some benefits of meditation. But before we start concretely mentioning some of these benefits, I would like to say that I am happy to live in such exciting times when science and spirituality come closer and closer together. And for example, you can hear some scientists mentioning the universe of consciousness, or saying that the nature is permeated by spirit, sacred nature, and similar. But for us, especially, it's important to see a little bit how the brain works. And when I went to school, we were told that our brains stop developing at the age 20. And now the neuroscience actually has proved that our brain adapts and changes all lifelong. So this is a very, let's say, exciting discovery. So we can hope to have a nice old age. And not just that, there is the term, or let's say concept of brain plasticity, which means that our brain adapts and restructures itself in such a way that it supports our new habits, our new behavior. Positive, of course, but also in a negative way. Okay, let's look a little bit at this picture of the brain that I prepared, which will help us understand why in meditation we concentrate at the point between the eyebrows. This part of the brain above our eyebrows is called the prefrontal lobe. The part of the brain that is the most evolved, the highest developed part of the brain. And it is responsible for some very nice qualities like idealism, joy in life, abstract thinking, concentration and similar. And really it's responsible for our happiness. And the more we meditate, this part of the brain becomes better and more developed, and we feel happier. And this can also be seen on the brain scan. So this is a real development of the brain. So apart from this, I would like to mention the limbic system, which is the most primitive, on the other hand, part of the brain. And it is responsible for our automatic reactions and for some negative emotions such as fear, rage, aggression. And how are these two brain parts related? So, the more we stimulate the frontal lobe, the less we react from this limbic system. So, our reactions become less automatic, less negative. The limbic system quiets down. Okay, so do you have maybe any questions about this part?
No.
Okay, very well. So let's look at some of the concrete benefits, and I have put them in several categories according to the level at which they can be perceived. So the first level, of course, is the physical level. And one of the best things is that it calms down the stress, this limbic system automated response. So this is something that we talk a lot about. Stress is a problem everywhere. I'm sure also you...
I would like practice meditation because I would like reduce stress. I'm working in office and it's very stressful work.
I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But for sure this is something that, you can be sure that meditation will help you in this regard. There are some other things. So meditation rejuvenates lungs, heart and our entire body. It boosts the immune system, so we are less prone to sickness. It increases life expectancy, so this is really interesting, so we can live longer, not just longer, but also healthier life. It eases and reverses even chronic pain, and there is some really interesting research that has been going on, and I've read about with people who have cancer and who can't take morphine for their pain, and in 90% of cases the pain was alleviated through meditation. So
it's very interesting.
I find this really exciting, this research. And it helps overcome insomnia. I personally had a lot of problems, and yes, meditation can help there as well. Okay, another group would be benefits of meditation on the mental level. So as you could experience a little bit before when we practiced, when we meditate, the mind comes down, the thoughts come down, we have less agitation, less of this so-called monkey mind. The mind becomes clearer, and we can concentrate better, which is also good for your complicated work that you've been telling me about. And also our mental, let's say, cognitive functions are improved. The cognitive functions like reasoning, thinking, memory, and so on. All these can benefit from meditation. Okay, the next group would be emotional level. So many people are worried about their thoughts, and it is really not easy to calm the thoughts during meditation. But what really agitates us most is the desires of the heart. I like this, I don't like this, I regret this, I want that. So when we really calm the heart, we can be at peace. And this is where meditation also helps us. It helps us also release negative emotions. What does it mean? It means instead of letting out emotions, screaming or hitting somebody when we are angry, or instead of repressing our emotions within us, it's like really processing them in a healthy way. Okay? And we've mentioned before that the meditation increases happiness, so mainly you can see if a person has been meditating for a long time. These people are mainly more balanced, more calm, they have better social skills, they have maybe more empathy towards other people, and they can better master their own emotions. They have this, let's say, increased self-awareness. And the last that I mentioned increases emotional self-control. Okay.
It's very important.
Yeah, because sometimes you
Mhm.
like that one. But you already master your emotions very well. You want to become a world champion in that, I see. Well, good, why not? And one more group is the behavior. As we already mentioned, that meditation makes us a little bit more calm, more tolerant, our social skills improved, our ability to get along with other people. It also enhances our personal growth and transformation. It can help us stop with the negative habits and start with the new positive ones. And as already mentioned, increases social awareness through compassion, more empathy for other people, more feeling for the other people. Which means that actually meditation creates harmony. If everybody were like that, this would be a nice world. We wouldn't need peace conferences and things like that. We just need to teach our world leaders to meditate and...
Nice world.
Yes. Good. So, now we are coming to a part where I would like to tell you a story. So, I don't know if you like storytelling.
Yes, I want to listen to the story.
You like to listen to stories. Very well. Because this is an interesting story, it connects with our topic, and it is about, it's called a story about a lion who thought he was a sheep. Okay? So the story goes like this. There was a lioness that died a few moments before giving birth to a small baby lion. And nearby there was a flock of sheep. And a big mother sheep noticed this little baby lion, and it took pity on it and decided to bring it up as its own baby. And so the little lion was grazing grass with the other sheep, playing with the sheep, behaving like a sheep, and bleating like meh, like a sheep. And lived like that. Even if it was a big lion, after some time it grew big, but still it thought it was a sheep. And one day a big lion came from the forest and it was very hungry. And it noticed this flock of sheep and realized there was some lunch opportunity there and started to chase these sheep. And the sheep ran in fear, they were really fleeing very fast to save their life. And among them, the big lion noticed our friend that we mentioned, the lion who thought he was a sheep. And the lion immediately forgot about his hunger and was just curious about that strange lion running away. And he ran really fast and knocked down this lion to stop him, and he said, "What are you doing? Why are you running away from me, brother?" And this lion was like just trembling, like, "Oh, leave me alone, leave me alone, don't kill me." And he said, "Why are you bleeding like that? I mean, what's wrong with you?" And he said, "I am a sheep, this is my mother over there, leave me alone." And the lion said, "Oh wow, now I understand why you are bleating." And it scratched himself on the head, thinking hard, maybe it even did some meditation, and decided to grab this lion on the mane and take him to the lake. And he said, "Now look at the lake." But this lion was still scared, was like, "Leave me alone, I want to go to my mom." He slapped him again and he said, "Now look at the water, what do you see?" And sheep lion said, "Oh, I see that my reflection is the same as yours." And he realized that he was also a lion. And the big lion said, "Now realize you are not a sheep but a lion. So do not bleat like a sheep but roar like a lion." So this is the story.
Nice story.
Well, I hope you liked it.
Yes, I like it.
Do you know any maybe people like that?
Who lives like sheep but they are lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, more people live like this because we live in our family how we grow up with them, but one day we introduce some people and see more we see something more and we want to learn and we up eyes and we start to be lion.
Yeah, this is very nice, and this is actually exactly what I wanted to tell you. Like, we can think of meditation as the lake. When we meditate, we calm our thoughts, we calm our heart, our desires, regrets, likes, dislikes, and once we are calm, we can perceive, we can see who we really are, our strength, our greatness. We can recognize our true nature, we can go back to our inner self, and this is why meditation is also very important. All right.
And for me, it's because that's important meditation. I would like to learn meditation.
Yes, we have already had one lesson, and now I would like to lead you again through a short, let's say 5 minutes practice of the Hong Seo meditation, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Do you remember what we said about the sitting? So you should feel comfortable but firm, with the chest open, belly relaxed, whole body relaxed. But before we start, let's do a couple of rounds of double breath to relax the body. So double inhale through the nose, tense the body, double exhale, double inhale, tense, squeeze the muscle, double exhale, relax. And the last time, and relax. And now put your hands in the junction of the abdomen and the thighs. Open your chest. Close your eyes. Gaze turn upward toward the center between the eyebrows. Chin parallel to the floor. Let's go into the meditation with the equal count breathing. Inhale through the nose, 4 counts. Hold the breath, 4. And exhale, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And the last, inhale. Hold. And exhale. Sit quietly for a moment and let the breath flow in and out naturally. Now take a regular inhalation and a deep exhalation and let go of the breath. From now on, become an observer of your breath. Watch your breath as it flows in and out of your nostrils. Notice the sensation of the breath wherever in the nose you feel it most easily. Concentrate on the breath at that point. Watch your breath without controlling it, and let's accompany it now with the mantra Hong So. As the breath flows in naturally, mentally repeat Hong. As the breath flows out naturally, mentally repeat So. To focus the mind, let's accompany the breath with the movements of the right index finger. As the breath flows in naturally, mentally repeat Hong and curl slightly your right index finger toward the palm. As the breath flows out naturally, mentally repeat So and relax your right index finger away from the palm. As you watch the breath without controlling it, the breath may start to slow down. If it does, enjoy the pauses between the breaths without forcibly holding the breath. The breath may also become shallower, that's fine as well. Just enjoy in the increasing sense of quietness. If the mind wanders, bring it gently back to the breath, to the mantra. Don't forget to upturn the gaze. Go deeper and deeper into stillness. Now inhale gently through the nose, release the technique, and exhale 3 times through the mouth. And hold the breath, leave the breath out for as long as it's comfortable. When the natural impulse to inhale comes back, do so, but pay no attention to breath. Repeat no mantra. Stop moving the index finger. Just enjoy the sense of peace, of quietness, while you are gazing at the point between the eyebrows. Open the chest, back straight, and absorb yourself in stillness. And now inhale deeply through the nose, exhale through the nose. And when you are ready, gently at your own pace, open your eyes and welcome back.
Welcome.
How are you?
Fine. And good.
Very well. I'm glad about this session. Thank you very much for participating.
Welcome.
And keep up the practice every day a little bit.
I will.
And you will reap many benefits. Okay? Thank you.